Every minute, creators upload over 500 hours of video to YouTube. That is a paralyzing amount of data to process and serve to billions of screens. Filtering an influx of that magnitude into a highly personalized homepage requires a predictive matchmaker. Passive filters are insufficient. The system has to actively anticipate what a specific viewer will value in that exact moment. Historically, the algorithm solved this matching problem by optimizing for one blunt metric: maximizing raw watch time. If a video kept a user on the platform longer, the system promoted it, regardless of the quality of that attention. However, in his 2026 strategic update, YouTube CEO Neil Mohan confirmed that the platform's core objective function has changed. The 2024 strategy of padding videos to inflate watch time is ineffective. The 2026 algorithm mathematically prioritizes viewer satisfaction. To understand how this impacts distribution, we have to look past the idea of a single algorithm and map the platform's new multi-surface architecture. This foundational machine learning pipeline operates in 3 stages: candidate generation, scoring, and re-ranking. First, candidate generation reduces billions of available videos to a few hundred viable potentials. Finally, scoring and re-ranking prioritize that list based on predicted satisfaction to output the final videos. Many creators assume this 3-stage pipeline applies a uniform set of rules across all of YouTube. In reality, different formats now run on entirely separate, isolated versions of this pipeline. Success in 2026 distribution requires a mental model built on newly defined signal weights and these structural splits. These back-end algorithmic changes are supported by massive infrastructure, and in late 2025, that architecture underwent a hard decouple. The recommendation engines for shorts and long-form are now isolated, parallel tracks. They process data independently, using different objective functions to rank content. The Shorts engine processes 200 billion daily views. Its candidate generation prioritizes swipe-through and loop rate. The long-form engine relies on click-through rate, average view duration, and viewer satisfaction. This decoupling means poor Shorts performance no longer drags down a channel's long-form authority. Likewise, a viral short will not automatically boost long-form reach. Creators are now effectively operating 2 distinct content businesses, as the platform has divided into 2 separate ecosystems. Within the long-form engine, every video begins its life cycle in the first audience testing phase. The first audience is the active subset of subscribers and returning viewers who receive the initial impressions on their homepage. This diagram shows the funnel where CTR and AVD function as gates. To proceed, a video must meet or exceed the channel's own historical performance averages. A video has to prove itself to the viewers who already know the channel just to survive the initial candidate generation phase. Videos that fail to meet this historical baseline are cold. They are removed from the pipeline before they ever reach a broader audience. In 2026, high CTR and AVD are merely the entry fee to qualify for wider distribution. They do not guarantee reach. In the scoring phase, the 2026 update applies its most significant weighting. The system now actively penalizes empty watch time. This chart compares a padded 20-minute video against a concise 8-minute video, delivering immediate value. The shorter video receives a massive ranking multiplier powered by satisfaction signals, surveys, likes, and return visits. Finishing a video sends a much stronger signal than abandoning a longer upload. The re-ranking phase also evaluates session contribution. It tracks whether a viewer seamlessly transitions from your video into another. A video that ends a user's session, causing them to close the YouTube app, incurs a heavy penalty. This penalty is applied regardless of how high that individual video's watch time was. Contrast this with a video that drives a viewer to watch several more videos in the suggested feed. That session continuation behavior elevates the video's rank across the entire platform. Algorithmic success is determined by how the viewer behaves after the video ends. In 2026, viewer satisfaction drives the final distribution. These high satisfaction videos are then surfaced to users in the overhauled browse feed. The legacy browse feed categorized content by broad, generic topics like tech or gaming. In 2026, the feed shifted to user-specific watch history clusters. Generic buckets shattered into interconnected microclusters. The algorithm cross-references viewing patterns to find precise intersections, mapping a video's performance data directly to these targeted nodes. Generic broad appeal content often fails in this system because it cannot satisfy the specific demands of a highly targeted cluster. Extreme topic clarity provides the matchmaker with the data it needs to find the perfect audience with mathematical precision. The more specific the focus, the easier the system can match the content to its intended cluster. Looking at the fully integrated 2026 pipeline, the scale of this machine learning system becomes clear. The model is powered by continuous feedback loops. Satisfaction and session depth metrics from the end of the process flow back to inform the next round of candidate generation. Every high satisfaction outcome trains the system to better identify your specific target audience for future uploads. YouTube is also expanding AI features designed to help creators navigate this data-driven environment. Tools like Ask Studio AI leverage these feedback loops to surface actionable audience insights, showing creators exactly which clusters are responding to their work. Generating high satisfaction creates a compounding algorithmic advantage that becomes difficult for competitors to replicate. The structural takeaway is that shorts and long-form must be treated as two entirely different businesses, with distinct metrics for success. Inflating watch time at the expense of pacing and payoff is no longer a viable strategy. The true role of the modern creator is to operate as a precision engineer of deep viewer satisfaction. For the browse feed, you must build content with extreme clarity for specific microclusters. For session depth, design content that naturally leads into the next logical video in your library. In 2026, you partner with the matchmaker by delivering undeniable, highly targeted value.